for this one. They've got the hot buttons activated here, getting the engines and the pipes up to temp as we get ready to begin round 2 of AMSOIL Pro Qualifying here tonight in Deadwood. We're about to go green. The pros take off onto the track here in Deadwood. Who will have the stud boy hole shot? It's going to be a squeeze play, and the benefactor is Logan Christian as he'll take the race lead.
Logan Christian with a very strong start in last night's pro final. Again, a guy who's done well here and loves this track. And you may not know it by the way he's been running this weekend, but he's actually fighting off some back pain right now, sustained earlier in this season, but doesn't seem to hinder him too much in here as they are bar to bar heading out of the Ram Trucks corner. And that's going to come to the benefit of the Shearing Speed Sports rider, Hunter Patnode.
Yeah, Patnode, nice textbook maneuver there on the inside, cranking it off the corner. And that also opened the door for Oscar Norm. Cole Coutu jams up Logan Christian behind. Logan tips the sled over.
And tough break for Logan Christian in that treacherous Polaris corner. He's going to refire. He's back on the pace as Hunter Patnode's leading this field just ahead of Oscar Norm.
Adam Renheim, who was a winner in round 1 qualifying, sitting back there in the 3rd spot. Let's take a look at what happened here to Logan Christian. There's Coutu bombing to the inside of Oscar Norm. He checks up. Renheim just barely gets away. Logan Christian, yeah, he gets the short end of the stick on that one.
Adam Renheim has worked his way up a bit, and perhaps that's a bit of a veteran move there, working his way forward so quickly on a track like this. That's definitely no easy feat, but he's coming off of a beautiful heat race win just a few moments ago in round 1.
Right now, he's fighting with Oscar Norm for that 2 spot. Wow, got jammed up there going into the big berm on the inside of the Polaris turn, and Oscar, well, actually, that's Cody Kemp there on the number 53 that we're looking at a little further back in the field. Now, his teammate Oscar Norm is hanging on to the 2nd position right now, trying to fend off the challenge from Renheim. Renheim going to take a different line here through the Skidoo rhythm section and through that FXR section of the track before he drops back down to the inside here in the Polaris turn.
And we see it, statistically, we've seen that outside line be the fastest one here all around the track tonight, but that's starting to change a little bit. We saw what Renheim was able to do and to dive there on the inside of that turn again here in the Ram Trucks corner. Again, reverting to that inside line, just narrowly missing a rider off the pace.
That was Patnode, your leader, wrecks out on the U.S. Air Force AMSOIL Shearing Speed Sports Skidoo, and Oscar Norm will now take the lead. Here's what happened to Hunter coming out of the Ram Trucks turn, getting on the power, running that outside, mistimed endo.
Man, and that can be so tricky to time these rhythms so perfectly, because the way you hit it on the last lap is not going to be the same strategy the next lap.
So Oscar Norm now inherits the lead in this AMSOIL Pro qualifier. About halfway through as he comes here to the AMSOIL finish line jump. And he is a little bit of a gap over Adam Renheim. Cody Kemp sitting in 3rd, followed by Coutu, Christian, and then Patnode trying to work his way back up after that off.
This track's starting to eat him up here as the night progresses.
Patnode, as a matter of fact, just ahead of Oscar Norm. So he is at the very tail of the lead lap here as Oscar puts his hinges slid down to the inside here of the Ram Trucks turn.
And we mentioned at the beginning of this race, Paul, you were talking about the Nikita Power Tower. So not only are there team managers and maybe team owners up there as well, but mechanics over on the start line. And last night, if you had watched the mic'd up segment with Levi Ensrud, he's telling Oscar Norm in the final to just breathe. And that's all part of the mechanic's job, is to keep your rider cool, calm, and collected out there, even if they are in the lead.
Oscar carving down to the inside, up on that big braking bump, up, down, and out of the Skidoo rhythm section. Norm will power his way down into the Polaris turn, with Renheim still chasing from 2nd. Then Cody Kemp, teammate to Oscar Norm out of the Hensch's Polaris Monster Energy Pertec stable. 1 round to go, was 3rd to Oscar Norm, who is 2nd.
great night for the Hench's racing crew last evening, and Cody seems to be carrying the speed once again tonight. Talking to the team, it sounds like they're really getting things figured out, especially for Cody. You know, he hopped on the sled earlier this season with testing, coming out from Club MX, where he was out riding motocross the last few weeks leading up to the season. He hopped on the sled right away, has felt great on it, and just had some unfortunate luck in these main events the last few races, but that he got things turned around last night, and again, looking great in this qualifier.
And he is actually drawing in on Adam Renheim, so we could have a battle for the second spot here before this one is said and done. Meanwhile, your leader Oscar Norm up ahead, seeing that white flag waving, so bell lap, if you will, here for this AMSOIL Pro qualifier. Cam bombed it into the Ram Truckster, and I think he was hoping the Renheim maybe stepped down and went wide.
And when we talk about the experience of these two riders, both Renheim and Cody Cam went pro the same year in 2012, 2013, so both riders many laps here around Deadwood.
Oscar Norm staking claim to be one of the favorites for tonight's AMSOIL Pro final as he wins this AMSOIL Pro qualifier. Second spot going to Renheim. Cody Cam will grab third.